You're okay, love. It's okay. It was just a dream. Okay? You want to talk about it? Okay. Tell Mama what happened. There was a monster trying to grab you? Trying to grab my baby? Come here, pumpkin. Come here. Breathe, baby. You're okay. You're okay. Mama's got you. Hey, do you want to step outside for a bit and clear your head? No? It's too cold. I understand. Well, I'll keep you warm. No? Okay. Do you want to check the room for the monster? Yes? Okay. Where do you want to look first? Under the bed? Okay, let's check. Let's see. Any monsters under here? Nope. No monsters, pumpkin. Okay, shall we check the closet? Okay, let's look in here. Let's make sure Mama has her flashlight on. And nope, no monsters. No monster, baby. Nope, no monster. Come here, love. Come here. You are safe. You're safe, pumpkin. Understand? Hey. Look at Mama. You're safe. Can you say it with me? I am safe. Yes, you are, kiddo. You are so safe. Come here. Let's hop back in the bed. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. Okay? Now, I know nightmares are scary, and sometimes it takes a while to get those images out of our head. But you know what sometimes helps, pumpkin? Sometimes it helps when we talk about it. How do we talk about it? Well, you can tell me everything you remember about what you saw, or, what you feel comfortable with telling me. You could even describe to me what the monster looked like. You want to give it a try? Okay. You choose. Do you want to tell me what you saw in the dream? Or do you want to just describe what the monster looked like? You want to describe what the monster looked like? Okay. Go for it, baby. I'm listening. Wow. Really? Wow. Wow, Pumpkin. I am so proud of you. That was very courageous of what you told me. That was very courageous to tell me what you saw. It takes a big kid to do that. Shall we pound it? All right. Hey, now that you talked about the monster, does it seem as scary? No, not really. Okay. Hey, Pumpkin, what if this monster was trying to grab you because it just wanted to give you a hug? You do give some pretty amazing hugs. Maybe this monster has seen you make friends with other monsters in your dreams, and maybe it just wants to be your friend. You think so? I mean, remember how we always talk about how monsters need love? And sometimes monsters need a lot of love, huh? Maybe this one monster needs a lot of love and a friend. You think so? Yeah, I think so too. Maybe this monster has tried to make friends with other kids in their dreams, but maybe everyone was just too scared. Maybe you are this monster's only hope. You could be the monster's hero. That's right. That changes things, huh? Hey, how about we choose a book, or you choose a book to read, and we can read it to the monster too. Sound like a plan? Okay. All right, you go choose a book, and I'll stay right here. Wow, that was fast. Okay. What do we have here? Ooh, this one looks like fun. All right. Hop into bed. Okay. You nice and comfy? Yes? Okay, good. You think the monster is ready? Yes? Okay. All right. Monster, we're going to read a book before bed. You're more than welcome to listen if you'd like. If not, we send you lots of love. Do you think it heard me? Yes? I think so too. All right. Favorite fairy tales told in England. Retold from Joseph Jacobs by Virginia Haviland. Illustrated by Bettina. I love these old illustrations. Let's see, when was this published? So the text was copyrighted in 1959, and it was illustrated also in 1959. Cool. Okay. Ooh, we know this one. Shall we read this one? Yeah? You think the monster will like this one? Okay. All right, here we go. Jack and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, there was a poor widow who had an only son named Jack and a cow named Milky White. All they had to live on was the milk the cow gave every day. This they carried to the market and sold. But one morning, Milky White gave no milk. "What shall we do? What shall we do?" cried the widow. "Cheer up, mother. I'll go and get work somewhere," said Jack. "We've tried that before and nobody would take you," said his mother. "We must sell Milky White and with the money start a shop." "All right, mother," said Jack. "It's market day today. I'll soon sell Milky White. Then we'll see what we can do." So he took the cow's halter in his hand and started off. He had not gone far when he met a funny-looking old man who said to him, "Good morning, Jack." "Good morning to you," said Jack, wondering how the man knew his name. "Well, Jack, and where are you off to?" said the man. "I'm going to market to sell our cow." "Oh, you look the proper sort of chap to sell cow," said the man. "I wonder if you know how many beans make 5. 2 in each hand and 1 in your mouth," said Jack, as sharp as a needle. "Right you are," said the man. "And here they are, the very beans themselves." He pulled out of his pocket a number of strange-looking beans. "Since you are so sharp," said he, "I don't mind trading with you, your cow for these beans." "Go along," said Jack. "Ah, you don't know what these beans are," said the man. "If you plant them at night, by morning, the stalks will be right up to the sky." "Really?" said Jack. "You don't say so." "Yes, that is so. And if it doesn't turn out to be true, you can have your cow back." "Right," said Jack. He handed over Milky White's halter and pocketed the beans. Back home went Jack. It was not dusk by the time he got to his door. "Back already, Jack?" said his mother. "I see you haven't got Milky White, so you've sold her. How much did you get her for?" "You'll never guess, mother," said Jack. "No, you don't say so. Good boy. 5 pounds? 10? 15? No, it can't be 20. I told you you couldn't guess. What do you say to these beans? They're magical. Plant them at night and—" "What?" said Jack's mother. "Have you been such a fool as to give away my Milky White for a set of dried beans? Take that, take that, take that." I'm sorry, Pumpkin. It's just like a funny. Okay. And she gave him 3 hard slaps. "As for your magic beans, here they go, out of the window. Now off with you to bed. Not a drop shall you drink, and not a bite shall you swallow this very night." So Jack went upstairs to his little room in the attic. Sad and sorry he was, to be sure. At last he dropped off to sleep. When he woke up, his room looked very strange. The sun was shining, yet the room seemed dark and shadowy. Jack jumped up and ran to the window. What do you think he saw? Why, the beans his mother had thrown out of the window into the garden had sprung up into a big beanstalk. It went up and up and up till it reached the sky. The old man had spoken the truth after all. The beanstalk grew close to Jack's window and ran up beyond like a great ladder. So Jack jumped onto the beanstalk and began to climb. Would you do that if there was a beanstalk outside your window? You would? You would run up the beanstalk and not tell me? What? Baby, what if I want to go up the beanstalk with you? What if Daddy and I want to go up the beanstalk? Okay. All right. Deal. You pinky promise? Okay. All right, where was I? Okay. The beanstalk grew close to Jack's window and ran up beyond like a great ladder. So Jack jumped onto the beanstalk and began to climb. He climbed and 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 he climbed. At last, through the clouds, he reached the sky. When he got there, he found a long, broad road going on as straight as an arrow. So he walked along and he walked along and he walked along till he came to a great, tall house. On the doorstep, there was a great, tall woman. "Good morning, Mum," said Jack, quite polite. "Could you be so kind as to give me some breakfast?" For he hadn't had anything to eat the night before, you know. He was as hungry as a hunter. "It's breakfast you want, is it?" said the great, tall woman. "It's breakfast you'll be if you don't move off from here. My man is a giant, and there's nothing he likes better than boys broiled on toast. You'd better be moving on, or he'll soon be coming." "Oh, please, Mum, do give me something to eat, Mum. I've had nothing since yesterday morning. Really and truly, Mum," said Jack. "I may as well be broiled as die of hunger." Well, the giant's wife was not half so bad after all. She took Jack into the kitchen and gave him a chunk of bread and cheese and a jug of milk. But Jack hadn't half finished these when thump, 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 the whole house began to tremble with the noise of someone coming. "Goodness gracious me! It's my old man," said the giant's wife. "What on earth shall I do? Come along quick and jump in here." She bundled Jack into the oven just as the giant came in. He was a big man, to be sure. At his belt, he had 3 calves strung up by the heels. He threw them down on the table and said, "Here, wife, broil me 2 of these for breakfast." "Ah, what's this I smell?" "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." "Nonsense, dear," said his wife. "You're dreaming. Or perhaps you smell the scraps of that little boy you liked so much for yesterday's dinner. Here, go wash and tidy up. By the time you come back, your breakfast will be ready for you." Off the giant went. Jack was just going to jump out of the oven and run away when the woman told him not to. "Wait till he's asleep," said she. "He always has a nap after breakfast." The giant had his breakfast. After that, he went to a big chest and took out of it 2 bags of gold. Down he sat and counted till at last his head began to nod. He began to snore till the whole house shook. Then Jack crept out on tiptoe from his oven. As he passed the giant, he took one of the bags of gold under his arm. Off he ran till he came to the beanstalk. He threw down the bag of gold, which of course fell into his mother's garden. He climbed down and climbed down till at last he got home. He told his mother what had happened and showed her the gold. "Well, Mother," he said, "wasn't I right about the beans? They are really magical, you see." They lived on the bag of gold for some time, but at last they came to the end of it. Jack made up his mind to try his luck once more at the top of the beanstalk. So one fine morning, he rose early and got onto the beanstalk. He climbed and 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 he climbed. At last, he came out onto the road again and up to the great tall house he had been to before. There, sure enough, was the great tall woman standing on the doorstep. "Good morning, Mum," said Jack, as bold as brass. "Could you be so good as to give me something to eat?" "Go away, my boy," said the great tall woman, "or else my man will eat you up for breakfast." "But aren't you the boy who came here once before? Do you know that very day my man missed one of his bags of gold?" "That's strange, Mum," said Jack. "I dare say I could tell you something about that, but I'm so hungry I can't speak till I've had something to eat." Well, the great tall woman was so curious that she took him in and gave him something to eat. But he had scarcely begun munching it as slowly as he could when thump, thump, thump. They heard the giant's footstep, and his wife again hid Jack in the oven. Everything happened as it did before. In came the giant, roaring, "Fee, fi, fo, fum," and had his breakfast of 3 broiled oxen. Then he ordered, "Wife, bring me the hen that lays the golden eggs." So she brought it. Her husband said, "Lay," and the hen laid an egg, all of gold. Pretty cool, huh? But then the giant began to nod his head and to snore till the house shook. Now Jack crept out of the oven on tiptoe and caught hold of the golden hen. He was off before you could say Jack Robinson. This time the giant woke because the hen gave a cackle. Just as Jack got out of the house, he heard the giant calling, "Wife, wife, what have you done with my golden hen?" And the wife said, "Why, my dear?" But that was all Jack heard, for he rushed off to the beanstalk and climbed down in a flash. When he got home, he showed his mother the wonderful hen and said, "Lay," to it. It laid a golden egg every time he said, "Lay." Well, Jack was not content. It wasn't very long before he decided to try his luck again, up there at the top of the beanstalk. One fine morning, he rose early and stepped onto the beanstalk. He climbed and he climbed and he climbed and he climbed till he came to the very top. This time, he knew better than to go straight to the giant's house. When he came near it, he waited behind a bush till he saw the giant's wife come out with a pail to get some water. Then he crept onto the house and hid in a copper tub. He hadn't been there long when he heard thump, 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 as before. In walked the giant and his wife. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman," cried out the giant. "I smell him, wife, I smell him." "Do you, my dear?" said his wife. "Well then, if it's the little rogue that stole your gold and the hen that laid the golden eggs, he's sure to have got into the oven." And they both rushed to the oven. But Jack wasn't there, luckily. The giant's wife said, "There you are again with your fee, fi, fo, fum. Why, of course, it's the boy you caught last night that I've just broiled for your breakfast. How forgetful I am, and how careless you are not to know the difference between alive and dead after all these years." So the giant sat down to his breakfast. Every now and then he would mutter, "Well, I could have sworn," and he'd get up and search the larder and the cupboards and everything. What's a larder? We can look it up later. Only, luckily, he didn't think of the tub. After breakfast, the giant called out, "Wife, wife, bring me my golden harp." So she brought it and put it on the table before him. "Sing," he ordered, and the golden harp sang most beautifully. It went on singing till the giant fell asleep and began to snore like thunder. Jack now got out of the tub very quietly and crept like a mouse over to the table. Up he crawled, caught hold of the golden harp, and dashed with it towards the door. But the harp called out quite loud, "Master! Master!" The giant woke up just in time to see Jack running off with his harp. Jack ran as fast as he could. The giant came rushing after and would soon have caught him. Only Jack had a head start and knew where he was going. When he got to the beanstalk, the giant was not more than 20 yards away. Suddenly, Jack disappeared. When the giant came to the end of the road, he saw Jack below climbing down for dear life. The giant didn't like to trust himself to such a ladder. He stood and waited so Jack got another start. But the harp cried out again, "Master! Master!" The giant swung himself down onto the beanstalk, which shook with his weight. Down climbed Jack, and after him climbed the giant. Jack climbed down and climbed down and climbed down till he was very nearly home. Then he called out, "Mother, mother, bring me an axe, bring me an axe." His mother rushed out with the axe in her hand. When she came to the beanstalk, she stood stock still with fright. There was the giant with his legs just through the clouds. Jack jumped down, took the axe, and chopped at the beanstalk, almost cutting it in two. The giant felt the beanstalk shake, so he stopped to see what the matter was. Then Jack chopped again. The beanstalk was cut in two. It began to topple over. Down crashed the giant, and that was the end of him. Jack gave his mother the golden harp. With the magical harp and the golden eggs, Jack and his mother became very rich. Jack married a princess, and they all lived happily ever after. Pretty cool story, huh? Okay, baby. Do you feel safe enough to get some sleep? Yes? That's great, kiddo. All right. Do you think the monster enjoyed the story? What? You're going to ask the monster if it pops up in your dream? Wow, Pumpkin, that's so awesome. Okay. Well, I'll let you get some sleep and you can tell me all about it in the morning. What shall we have for breakfast tomorrow? You want Daddy to make blueberry pancakes? That sounds so yummy. Okay. Well, I'll let Daddy know what's on the menu for tomorrow morning. Come here, give me a hug. I love you too, Pumpkin. Yes, baby. Can we say the line to the monster? Of course we can, baby. I love that idea. Okay. You ready? Okay. You are loved and you are